Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Next, a judge said no to somebody, Jamie.
Wow.
The Morning Drive on Double T 97.3.
I thought it would get a reaction. I didn't think it would get that big of a reaction, but a judge actually said no to some fellas that wanted some money for name, image, and likeness. A judge has dismissed NC State's national championship team's lawsuit against the NCAA. This is the 1983 team, so some 42 years ago, North Carolina State won the national championship, and 12 players were requesting to be compensated for their name, image, and likeness. Okay,
because their highlights are used every once in a while.
Yeah. The lawsuit read, for more than 40 years, the NCAA and its co-conspirators have systematically and intentionally misappropriated the Cardiac PAC's publicity rights, including their names, images, and likenesses associated with that game and that play, the Lorenzo Charles play, off of the Derek Wittenberg airball. It wasn't a pass, including their names, images, and likenesses associated with that game and that play, reaping scores of millions of dollars from the Cardiac PAC's legendary victory. Millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. Okay. The NCAA asked for the lawsuit to be thrown out after a lawsuit by a former Kansas player, I wasn't aware of this one, was dismissed back in April. Here's what the Superior Court Judge Mark A. Davis said and wrote in a 44-page order. Can you imagine that? It took 44 pages to say no. Okay, 44 pages. Because their claims are untimely barred by their failure to allege a violation of a legally enforceable right and preempted by the Federal Copyright Act, dismissal of this action in its entirety is appropriate. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting, Lorenzo Charles and Derek Wittenberg were not among the NC State players involved in the lawsuit. Okay. One of those guys is, I think Wittenberg's dead. One of them's dead.
Doesn't mean his family couldn't have still been involved.
Right. But I mean, good that some. I mean, you can't go back and just take care of everybody, right? I mean, good that somebody said no to something finally.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like you could, but man, if they had said yes to that was really going to open up Pandora's box, right?
Yeah. Wittenberg is still alive. Okay. It appears he's still alive. He's currently an associate athletics director at North Carolina State. Thus, probably the reason why he didn't file the suit. Okay,
probably so.
He'd be filing a suit against his employer. That wouldn't look good. So that would, and he is he's almost exactly my age. He's 3 weeks older than me. So he's 64. Lorenzo Charles, and he may be dead. Let's see if Charles is dead. But at any rate, but you're right. I mean, it would have really opened up Pandora's box, because then everybody's going to go after that. Mm-hmm. The Lorenzo Charles is passed away, so that's probably the reason why he's been gone for quite some time. Since 2011, he was killed in a car crash, I believe, a bus accident. Okay, on June 27th at the age of 47.
Bus accident.
Yeah. Let's see here. This doesn't sound like a compliment. Sounds like that judge writes like Chuck speaks. Okay. Does it take me 44 pages to say no? Like maybe sometimes it does.
I don't know.
I've not always been known for my word economy. So, I do occasionally apologize for that. But
right there. He does occasionally apologize for that. He just apologize for it to be fine.
Occasionally. Well, I can't say that, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it takes a long-winded explanation for things. And sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it takes a little bit more words to explain things. Let's see. We get this. Wow, what a Pandora's box that would have opened for all the highlights we love to watch in the past. Sheesh.
Yeah, no doubt.
No doubt.
Every great college highlight ever. I mean, Doug Flutie would have deserved money, and
right.
Christian Laettner would get money, and
Grant Hill.
Just on and on and on and on and on.
It's funny that you bring up Flutie, because that's the exact play that just came into my mind immediately. It was like, wow, that's crazy that we're on the same page like that. You should be scared. Another question that I had for you, a couple of names that came up from the past. What do you think about Jimbo Fisher and his desire to coach again? And do you think he will coach again? He's 59, and he says he still has desire and all that kind of stuff left for him, that he would like to coach again.
I wouldn't guess that one of the top programs would hire him, but I'm sure somebody will if he wants to coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it would seem that he said that he still loves it. You would think, he said, he still has a lot to give. I mean, he does. He got $76 million, so he's got some to give. He said he's looking for the right situation to get back into coaching at the college level. He says, I'm 59, in great shape, healthy. I've had success everywhere we've been. The end at Texas A&M, it's unfortunate. We also had the highest ranked team they've had there since 2020. Our quarterback got hurt. We played with first team, third team. It was hard to get play calling. Guys around. Didn't pan out like we needed it to, but I still love it. Do you think it was the contract that got him, or was it just that the
lack of winning?
And lack of winning.
I think that's what got him.
He was fired by the Aggies. He went 45-25. Prior to that, he went 83-23 at Florida State. They won the 2013 national championship, so 12 years ago. So he was 47 when they won it, and 3 consecutive ACC championships. So yeah, I think somebody would give him a chance again. All right. So the second coach that is out there that wants to coach again is John Gruden. What do you think of John Gruden's chances of ever coaching again?
I don't think they're great.
Should he get another opportunity?
I mean, that's up to the people that want to hire him to decide that, I guess.
I mean, there's a part of me that feels like that he was a scapegoat for all those emails, that he was the poster boy. He did it. I mean,
he wasn't a scapegoat. He had, just racist, sexist, all the above comments that were in there. There may have been other people doing it too.
That was really my point. Maybe that's the wrong word to use.
Yeah, but he did. He
did it.
He did what he's accused of.
Yeah, no question. Others didn't face the wrath that he faced.
That's fair, but he did it.
Then they should have, but they got out of it. All right,
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Time for this day in sports history. Today is Tuesday, August the 12th, 2025. Here's Jeff McGuire.
Going to start us off in 1948. The Cleveland Indians got 29 hits in a 9-inning game.
Hope they won.
Whoa.
Yeah. 1953. Ann Davison arrives in Miami in her 23-foot boat, Felicity Ann, becoming the very first woman to sail solo across the Atlantic. 1973. PGA Championship in men's golf. Jack Nicklaus wins his third of 5 PGA championships by 4 strokes over Bruce Crampton from Australia. 1984, the Braves beat the Padres 5-3. This game featured 2 brawls and 19 ejections.
A lot of times one leads to another. Yeah. I had a little something left in the tank.
Didn't quite get all my swings in.
That one guy that cheap shotted me in the middle of the pile. I figured out who it was. Now I'm ready to go back for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, how Chuck Heinz is a big fan of rain delay theater?
Yes, I am.
You would have loved to have been listening today, Chuck, in 1990, to the Rangers broadcast. Because the longest baseball rain delay in Major League Baseball history took place.
Okay.
Texas Rangers and Chicago White Sox wait 7 hours and 23 minutes at Comiskey Park in Chicago until the game is eventually postponed. 7 hours of rain delay coverage.
It's a lot of bullpen hot dogs.
You know, when it comes to things about you that I don't understand, this would probably fall into the category. Now, like, I could say, hey, they do a good job of filling the time in between during a rain delay. But to say that you enjoy that fully well knowing that you're hearing it because the actual sport is not being played,
well,
that makes it, I can't enjoy it.
I just enjoy when they do it. Okay, I'm not like praying for rain. Okay, I'm not like, hey, I sure hope it rains today so that those guys got it. But now they don't do that anymore. They just throw it back to the affiliate, throw it back to the station. Sometimes, most times
they play in a dome stadium now, so they don't have as many rain delays.
Yeah,
that might be what you're thinking.
Right.
No, as far as I know, they still keep it.
Still keep it,
and I would be the one that would need to know.
You would be the one that would be doing that.
2018, former Red Raider Chad Bettis gets a hard luck no decision after going 6 1/3 of 1-run ball, giving up only 3 hits in a Rockies 4-3 win over the Dodgers. It is Julienne Fries Day.
What are Julienne fries?
Very, very thin cut.
Jamie, Julienne fries? Or
sure,
any
why
kind
not?
of fries?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tyson Fury, 37. Sir Mix-a-Lot is 62.
Oh, nice.
Plexico Burris, 48. And Mike Gundy, 18 years since he was 40.
So he's 56.
18 years since he was 40.
He's 58. I was thinking
What's your favorite
else.
Sir Mix-a-Lot song, Chuck?
I don't know. I was thinking about Sir Mix-a-Lot. He'd be a good candidate for Raider Alley too, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He would be a great candidate for Raider Alley.
Does he have more than one song?
I'm sure he does. Yes, he does. Anaconda.
I think that's in Baby Got Back.
I think it's... Is it? Hey. Anyhow, moving on. Chuck, this is not a trick.
Okay.
Don't overthink it.
Okay.
Name a dinosaur.
Tyrannosaurus.
Torontosaurus?
Tyrannosaurus.
T-Rex. That works.
Okay.
Congratulations, Chuck. Thank you. 1990.
Yeah.
I was going to go with Montrealosaurus.
Tyrannosaurus.
Fossil hunter Susan Hendrickson discovers 3 huge bones jutting out of a cliff near Faith, South Dakota. They turn out to be the largest ever Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton ever discovered.
See, I ding, 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 man.
A 65 million year old specimen dubbed Sue after the discoverer.
Yeah.
And that is this day in sports history.
This day in sports history. All right. The Felicity Ann that you discussed previously, the boat that Ann Davidson single-handedly went across the Atlantic in. The Felicity Ann was a wood sloop that was 23 feet long, just 23 feet. Here's the thing that's interesting. When the construction commenced, the boat was originally built under the name Peter Piper, but it was delayed by World War II. It was finally launched in 1949. Ann Davidson purchased it in 1952 using funds from her book detailing the sailing misadventure that resulted in her husband's death last voyage. How about that? So she wrote a book on a sailing misadventure that resulted in her husband's death. Apparently the book was successful.
So popular.
Yeah, successful. that she
made enough money.
That she made enough money. Yeah.
To buy and build a boat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's quite a story.
And then she wrote another book on her 254 days. Took her 254 days. Think about that. Almost a year to cross the transit. What did she do for food? My Ship is So Small was the name of that. Felicity Ann is now in the hands.
You're allowed to fish when you're on the water, Chuck.
Yeah, I know. Felicity.
There's some people who are really good at it.
Obviously, she was. Felicity Ann is now in the hands of Northwest School of Wooden Boat Building of Port Hadlock, Washington, where she was restored and launched in May of 2018. How about that? 6:52 this morning here on the Morning Drive. You never know what you're going to learn on this show. We get this. LOL, JL with the dad joke. 1M. I guess it flew right over my head. Shouldn't be a surprise.
When you were saying Tyrannosaurus Rex, Torontosaurus.
Yeah.
You called him Torontosaurus first time.
Yeah, you meant Montreal.
Montrealosaurus.
Okay, yeah. So I heard that. Yeah.
That was
the dad joke.
That was my attempt at humor.
Okay. I thought it was funny. I didn't.
You didn't laugh or acknowledge it,
man. It was awesome.
But it was funny.
It laughed in my head.
So hang on. Now that we're figuring things out here. He laughs in his head when it's funny. He laughs out loud when it's tragic.
When it's tragic for one of our teams.
Yeah.
Yes, that's funny.
1M goes on to say, and two people said this. Sir Mix-a-Lot Buttermilk Biscuits is a good song.
What about Jump On It?
I'm not familiar with that song.
You don't like that one?
I don't know that song.
I am not familiar with Buttermilk Biscuits, I don't think. If I heard it, maybe I would.
Let's see. This Wow Dude Epic Math Fail. Again, it's not our strong sport. Remember, I had to take 002 to just to get into college.
What would it take for you to belt out some Baby Got Back for us, right?
Baby Got Back. That's about all I got. Don't you be good to me. Okay, we got a laugh out of Jamie. A natural, just laugh out of Jamie at 6:54.
Thank you, Chuck. That was fun. That was good.
Jeff is just shaking his head. Take your thoughts and comments, your buttermilk biscuit or Sir Mix-a-Lot songs that you care for or don't. You can hit us up on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to doublet973.com for that, or the mobile app. The mobile app is presented by Happy State Bank.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Jamie Lent and Jeff McGuire. I'm Chuck Heinz. All right, so Jeff doesn't have any concerns about kicking because Coach McGuire said they made all their kicks but one in Saturday's scrimmage. But he didn't speak about anybody but Stone Harrington when he was asked about the kickers on Saturday.
Okay. Okay, let me ask you this question.
Okay.
I am not here to call Joey McGuire a deceiver or a liar or anything like that. Okay?
Gotcha.
I think coaches at times use the media to motivate, and whether a guy's being in a positive or a negative way.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
I think Joey McGuire does that a lot. Okay?
Okay.
All right. And for example, I have said to you, Joey McGuire keeps pumping this whole committee thing with the running back position.
Right.
All right. I think that's partially to keep the other two running backs confidence and belief that, hey, I can be a big factor here.
Jacoby Williams and Cam
I don't
Dickey.
think the handing off of the football is going to be a committee to a running back is going to be a committee.
Quentin Joyner's going to be.
I think Quentin Joyner's going to be the guy. I think
Committee
the
of
other
one.
guys are going to help. okay, and they're gonna do different things to make your offense versatile and all of that, and bring you something. But I don't think this is a three-headed monster by any stretch of the imagination. And the more I hear Joey Maguire keep pushing the committee thing, the more I think the opposite.
That it's going to be, hey, Zero, get out there.
Yeah. Okay. I just think he's trying to keep these guys engaged. Okay. That is my belief. I may be reading that completely wrong. I don't think Joey Maguire is the first football or any coach to do these kind of things. I think it's a smart practice what he's doing. Okay. Now, when he picks out a particular kicker,
right,
that may be to motivate another one.
Kind of obscure, to be quite honest with you. Or it may
be that guy struggled the week before, and so he just wants to say something positive about him because he was good this week to kind of get his confidence going or whatever. So sometimes I think you can't take everything word for word.
No,
I
agree with you on that.
Oh, he said he was good. He's the starter now.
No, I don't think Stone Harrington's the starter. I found it interesting who was not mentioned as opposed to who was mentioned.
And that could mean a million different things.
It could. Yeah, I just found that it was interesting. It was like that there wasn't any discussion of, oh yeah, Upton had a really good day today. He kicked a 35-yarder or 40-yarder. He's our kicker.
I think everybody assumes and knows that, and Upton knows that. So he's trying to compliment somebody else.
Okay. Because I also found, like I said to you yesterday, I also found it interesting on Saturday, and again, he wasn't asked, so when he's not asked a question about a player, he's not obligated to talk about a player, but usually coaches talk about their quarterback. Hey, I thought Barron threw the ball really well today. Hey, I thought Will Hammond threw the ball really well today. Hey, I thought the blah, 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 Mitch, blah, 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 But, I mean, there was, in the opening statement, there wasn't any mention of the quarterbacks. It was really about the receivers and about the offensive line play, that there weren't any pre-snap penalties. So I think sometimes, I think you're right. I think he doesn't want to overly talk about one particular player.
Especially one that doesn't need talking about. Meaning a guy that's pretty much, he's got the job or he's had the job for a few years. There's no reason for him to be slobbering all over Baron Morton.
No, there wasn't, again, not asked, didn't comment on it. He did talk about his three running backs and did talk about the distinctive differences between all three of them. Quentin Joyner runs in waves, It's almost like you're just mesmerized by when you're at the beach, you're just watching the waves come in. Oh, look at that one. Oh, look at that one. Oh, look at that one. And then Cam Dickey runs angry. And then Jacoby Williams, he's got breakaway speed.
Yeah, you just can't you got to be able to read into coaches a little bit.
No, I don't disagree with you.
Like, for example, Tim Tadlock doesn't ever, when he's complimenting one of his players, it's usually after they've performed poorly and he's trying to boost them back up.
Okay.
When they're playing well, he's not going to compliment them. He doesn't want them to get a big head.
Okay.
And so you got to... Yeah, like, for example, if you're interviewing him and somebody was great, don't ask him about it because he's going to downplay it.
Like if you were to say to him, Coach, what did you think of Jamie's analysis today? He wouldn't comment on that because he doesn't want you to get the big head because he knows that you're really good.
You know what?
He also doesn't listen to me because he's coaching the game.
Well, but he's got somebody tuned
Jamie
in
does
for
a good
you.
job when we walk in the morning and I say hi and he says hi back. That's about the only analysis I got.
Jamie does a good job of not talking to me, and I really like that.
That's exactly right.
I like that.
That's exactly right. And I think he does like that. I think Joey Maguire is just like every other football coach. They use the media to make a point to their players, or they're not gonna overhype a guy up, or if he's confident in where that guy is, he doesn't feel like he needs to. Upton's really kicking the ball, man. He's head and shoulders above everybody else. He's just not going to do that.
Yeah. Maybe not. Somebody says this, disagree on the running backs, not because of Joey saying it, but several of the players have talked about how good all of the running backs are.
I think they're all good too.
Yeah. And and players, generally speaking, aren't going to talk bad about their fellow players, generally.
I mean,
The
just
current roster.
ask yourself, if they thought those two, if Texas Tech thought those two could handle the load, could be, hey, we're set at the running back position with those two guys, would they have gone out and paid Quentin Joyner $800,000?
Probably not. No, they would not. No, I'll just say, no, they would not. They feel like Quentin Joyner can really help them.
Yes.
So they
feel like he's going to be the lead dog.
Yeah.
And I think that's a rumored number. I don't know if that's exact. I don't check anybody's paychecks, but I mean, they went and got a big time running back for a reason.
Sure.
Yeah, but again, I think these two, other two, they do things that can really help this team. Mm-hmm. And so they can still be a big part of the team. Yeah. I just think the majority of the carries are going to Quentin Joyner. Yeah.
Like if you had to guess right now, what percentage do you think is run pass or pass run? Is it 70-30 pass or is it 60-40? Is it 55-45?
What's the score? Which game? Are we ahead? Are we behind?
Just in general.
50.5 to 49.5.
Okay. Well, see, all of our numbers, I'm proud of us because every number that we threw out there, okay, added up to 100. Okay.
Okay.
So that was good. That was good on us. Okay. That was good. And here's the other thing too: is if God forbid Quentin Joyner goes down or has to sit out a game for whatever reason, you got a couple of guys that would make a hand for you. But I think your point is well taken. If they felt good about their running back spot, they would not have gone and gotten Quentin Joyner.
They didn't go get a guy to add to the mix. They went and got a number one.
Yeah, I think you make a good point there. I'm glad we have you. I mean,
but that's not to say that they felt bad about the other two.
No.
They just didn't think that they were, every down kind of guys.
Yeah.
Yet. Maybe they will be as their career moves along.
You bring a lot of sense to this show.
I'm sorry.
No, that's good. We need that.
That's all right, Chuck. You bring the dollars.
I don't know about that, but Jamie brings a lot.
I'm just pennies on Chuck's dollars.
No, you bring a lot of sense to us, and that we need that. We need that. This whole building needs your sensibility that you have.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
There's a docu-series on the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Is there anything more Jerry Jones than that?
They had a star-studded premiere of the docu-series of the
You know what?
Cowboys.
They can have one on the Cowboys cheerleaders.
This is of the 90s.
You know what? Because they're elite.
Okay.
The football team doesn't deserve a docu-series.
Okay.
I think it's about Jerry and owning the Dallas Cowboys.
Jerry and his wife Jean arrived on the blue carpet for the movie premiere of Netflix's America's Team, The Gambler and His Cowboys, at the Egyptian Theater in Los Angeles last night. So they did at least have blue carpet. That makes sense.
Jamie's question of the day, what are we doing?
What would it take to force me to watch that? A docu-series on Jerry Jones.
Okay, so how many episodes is it?
I don't know.
That didn't help answering the question.
Man. All right, let's get to Jamie's question of the day. You ready?
Yeah, ready.
You ready? You focused? You dialed in?
I'm
Okay,
focused.
you dialed in.
I'm as focused as I can be.
Yeah.
Low bar.
Hope we took the meds this morning. All right, so here's my question. There's been a lot of chatter on the chat line this morning about doubts of where this football team is going to get to and why they're not going to get there. So I'm going to ask you guys this question today. If by all accounts, a successful season to everybody is just about everybody involved is you got to get to the Big 12 championship.
Get to the Big 12 championship game. Yeah.
Got to get there. Okay? We can talk all day long about tiebreakers and if you were 10-2 and somehow there were 3 of you got left out and how it would look, all that. But for the most part, to be a successful season, you got to get to the Big 12 championship game this year. All right, so this one's wide open with any answer, crazy scenario you want to give.
Okay.
except you can't say because you didn't win enough games. If you do not make it to the Big 12 championship game this year, what do you think the reason will be?
I think it will be two things, and they're both related. Either the offensive line wasn't what we thought it was going to be, didn't gel together to protect Baron Morton and open up holes for Quentin Joyner at all, okay? Or the quarterback gets injured and you're not able to play at the same level offensively and score enough points to outscore your opponent.
Okay. Same vein, but I'm going to say it's going to take a double whammy. It's going to take your defensive line only looks so good right now because your offensive line is that terrible. Like all the oh wows that we've heard from practices and all the oh wows of what we think these guys can do isn't because they were good. It's because your offensive line was that bad. So when you get into the games, the strength of what you think of for your Texas Tech defense being your defensive line isn't up to mustard, and your offensive line is worse than a colander.
Okay. Wow, we had a lot of food references there. Colander and mustard.
Yeah.
Okay. The chat line is at the same place where I'm at with this one. Two different texters have sent this in. I think it's that you struggle on the road. And you have some tough games on the road, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you struggle in those three games, specifically Utah, Arizona State, Kansas State, and don't get it done against teams that are good football teams, but you got to find a way to win a couple of those games, right?
Yeah.
More than likely, you got to find a way.
See,
so, I mean, you've had trouble in the past winning on the road, and then last year that kind of went away. It was nice to see. It's just a tough schedule, and so it's a tough schedule because some of your toughest games are on the road. You know, a lot of times you get those tough games at home, and you feel like you have a better chance to beat these teams. But this year, those tough games are on the road, and so if you're not winning games, those big games on the road, I think that would be the reason for it.
See, I think that with regard to the road games, I think you can get away with winning one of the three and get yourself into a Big 12 championship
It's
game.
possible. It's possible. I'm not saying it's black and white, no, but
I know, but I mean,
the thing that scares me about that is that those two teams that you lose to are probably in the mix for getting into the Big 12 championship game too.
I agree with you on that.
So you're losing tiebreakers to those guys.
Yeah. And so if you're thinking about let's just think about the teams that you're playing on the road. Arizona State, you're playing them on the road. Here's who they have to play at. They play at Baylor, they play at Utah, and they play at Iowa State. So those are three toughies. For K-State, they play at Arizona, they play at Baylor, and at Kansas. You'd have to think they're feeling, and they play at Utah, and Arizona State also plays at Colorado. Okay, so I would tell you that favors K-State. I realize having to play. They play at Oklahoma State too, so that's not. They're two of their road games of their four. I think feels like they should win pretty easily at Kansas and at Oklahoma State because they've dominated Kansas. And then Utah, they play at West Virginia. That's a long road trip for them. Clear across the country. At BYU, the Holy War. At Baylor and at Kansas to finish up the season. So that may be an interesting last week there when Tech's playing at West Virginia. And we haven't even, we kind of talk about that. We kind of talk about the three tough games, the at Arizona State, at K-State, and at Utah, and we don't even talk about at West Virginia.
Yeah, we don't because we feel like that's one of the easier ones, right? You don't expect West Virginia to be good this year, but obviously you can. I mean, the game against Houston, whatever, all of them matter. Mm-hmm. I mean, all of them have the potential to keep you out of the Big 12 championship game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, but I mean, you feel like that the Houston game is and I'm sure that the folks over at Texas Tech would say, no, they got the guys too. Because I mean, we kind of act like Houston's the old Kansas free space on bingo, right? But it's really not.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Hey, good morning. It is the Morning Drive on Lubbock Sports Station. Double T 97.3 and Double T 97.3.com with Jamie Lent and Jeff McGuire. I'm Chuck Heinz. We come to you, Jamie, Jeff, and I, from the First United Bank studio here in downtown Lubbock. We'll take your thoughts and comments on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Okay, I solved the mystery of Ray. Okay.
Okay.
Crazy Ray is what his Wikipedia page goes by. I'm kind of jealous. No, not kind of. I am jealous. I mean, he earned it, but he's got a Wikipedia page. Crazy Ray does. He's known for his as the unofficial mascot of the Cowboys for decades. Guy that attended almost every home game since the team's inception. He passed in 2007, so
it's too bad.
Obviously it's been quite some time. He hasn't had to endure all the losing that others have had to endure, in terms of maybe that's been part of the Cowboy problem since Crazy Ray's not around anymore. But he also was known as a whistling vendor at Dallas Tornado games, Ranger games, Dallas Blackhawk games back in the day when they were a minor league professional hockey team. So he was a well-rounded sports fan. Jamie. He also was friends with Chief Z, who was the unofficial mascot of the Washington Redskins back in the day. I did not know they had one. And get this, he has a place in the Visa Hall of Fame fans exhibit at the Pro Football Hall of Fame, as he was selected as the fans' choice for the Dallas Cowboys. He's right up there with Barrelman, Chief Z, Fireman Ed, the Hogettes, and License Plate Guy.
Sounds like quite a crew.
It's quite a crew.
Seems like a good group of guys to go golfing with, Chuck.
That would be fun, right? That would be fun. His name was Wilford Jones.
Wilford.
According to the Yates Flooring Center chat line.
That sounded like a name from the 70s or 60s.
Yeah, and I feel like that. If you've got a name like Wilford, Crazy Ray would be better.
I think I'd go by Wilford and not Crazy.
Not crazy. Okay. I saw this with regard to the Micah Parsons holdout compared to the problem with, it wasn't a holdout because he was a free agent. Emmitt Smith kind of takes exception to the comparing him to Micah Parsons. Okay. And Emmitt Smith saying, hey, I wasn't a holdout because I was a free agent.
He wasn't under contract.
He
played out his contract.
He wasn't under contract.
It feels a little bit different to me.
But the comparison that he says, though, is there's still there in that it's a distraction to the team. Mm-hmm. And it's a distraction from the standpoint that, players are asked about, hey, where's Micah? Hey, where's Emmitt? Hey, how's that affecting the team? How's this? How's that? And so at a point in time when they're in training camp and trying to bond and develop a brotherhood and, they're installing a new offense with Brian Schottenheimer, trying to get used to a new defensive guy, the whole thing, everything's different to a degree, except for the head man, Jerry. And so it creates this distraction. But Jerry's off now, worried about the blue carpet with the Netflix deal. But now that's passed, so he'll be back to meddling. But, he owns it. He's got the gold, so he gets to make the rules. But the problem is you've got this Micah Parsons thing hanging over your head, and it doesn't feel like it's going to get resolved anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't disagree with Emmitt in that it's a distraction. And the reason for my complete disgust with the Cowboys franchise right now is is your owner / general manager. He wants the drama. He is not all about moving towards winning football games. He is about his team being in the limelight and people talking about his team and all the above. And all of the above are things that can be distractions like this. And that's why I just, as I've said before, if you're a Cowboys fan, you deserve every right to just go switch to a different team. He's more about the drama than he is about the winning. And I'm not saying that Micah Parsons is in the right here. I mean, he's under contract, so he should be playing as far as I'm concerned. He's not the first player in the history of the NFL to hold out after having a contract hack. Cam Hayward to the Steelers just signed a new deal last year, and he's already holding out 1 year later. Mm-hmm. His excuse is, I told them when I signed the deal, if I make All-Pro next year, I want to renegotiate. Like, that makes it okay.
I told them
I was going to do this.
I told them.
Okay. Well, what if you had stunk, Cam?
Right.
Could they have come to you and said, hey, we want to renegotiate this down? You'd be like, no, I signed that deal. You're going to pay me. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just Jerry wants the drama. Jerry wants a distraction. It's not helping his football team. It's also not helping his football team having his best rush end off standing on the sideline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's what Emmitt Smith said. He said, let's be honest, there's not a distinct difference between the two, comparing his negotiations with Micah Parsons. I didn't sign until 2 games in. That's the only difference. It is what it is. I just hope Parsons gets his deal done, because for me, it's more important to have all his business stuff behind so the team can start to do the things they came to do. They came to training camp to work on what? Coming together as a team, forging ahead as a brotherhood, building the chemistry that they need to be. All the other distractions need to be gone. He said he agreed also that negotiations with star players can be a distraction. They have to answer these questions every day, so they have to deal with something that has nothing to do with the game of football. You see what I'm saying? It's a distraction. These questions right now have nothing to do with this movie tonight. It's a distraction. He was at the Netflix deal. It's what you want to talk about. It's not really why I'm here. So it was even a distraction to Emmitt Smith and what was being done last night, celebrating an era when his team, dominated the National Football League. So
bad deal when you're distracting. You're going to watch a movie and somebody's distracting.
You would never take me to the movies, would you?
I can't imagine there are a lot of movies that you and I would want to go to together.
What about like if the three of us went to go see Naked Gun together, like took the afternoon off, got some popcorn and a Coca-Cola and got you a Mountain Dew?
Jamie's got that show in the afternoon.
I know, but after that.
And then a wife to go home to.
Well, I've got a wife to go home to. You're saying
I can't make my next statement because the lucky lady is a very lovely lady, and I don't want to insult her.
You're saying that she doesn't want me to come home?
You are the one clearly not wanting to go home to see your lovely bride.
No. I just thought maybe it'd be a good field trip for all of us. Go to the movies together. A little team bonding.
I think we bond a lot.
Somebody says this: Parsons will get signed the day of or night of first game of the season, so will overshadow the game for a record amount of money.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.